What is Virtual World? Virtual World is a multi-user computer-based environment that simulates real or fictional life. Users are represented as three-dimensional avatars that interact with other avatars and subjects within environment. Communication can happen synchronously via gestures, audio, chat. User create avatars to represent themselves in a virtual world. Content creation. User create objects, building, space, and media. They simulate a real and fictional life. Virtual world are interactive social environment. Persistence. Virtual world exists even when all
can be
users
categorized into 7 topologies, which are role-play worlds. This type of virtual worlds usually have a specific reason and clear goal which the users have to achieve and often involve buying and selling. They are used by several schools to facilitate learning.
These are open-ended and exploratory and are developed with the aim that users behave in the virtual world as they do in normal life. An example of this is Second Life. Working worlds. Business develop their own training. Virtual worlds are mostly applied in the medical and military field to create very realistic 3D simulation used to replicate training as it will happen in the life-threatening and life-saving situations. 3D environment and resources located in integrated web browsers are used, and then the teachers use the chat features to give instructions to learners. Distance learning. Virtual worlds provide educators a means of creating rich and compelling space for learners to communicate and use. Young worlds are built for users under the age of 17.
Virtual worlds such as Second Life enable students to interact more with other students or teachers and makes it easier for shy students to participate. Experimenting with virtual objects, which are simulations of real-world objects, may lead to better understanding. Learners can experiment without fear of real-world
Virtual worlds
bridge the gap between experiential learning and information representation. The chat feature enables interaction, contribution, and creativity amongst learners, and they can provide immediate feedback. Learners could perform real-world activities such as peer monitoring, group problem-solving, co-review of homework, role reversal, etc. High-order thinking, such as analyzing, evaluating, and creating, can be achieved in virtual world, as well as lower-order thinking, such as remembering, understanding, and applying. It is often hard for users to know exactly what to do and how to control their avatars in virtual world. There are also no comprehensive tutorials that teach users how to operate in this world. This results in educators spending extra time training students how to use may occur during teaching sessions, and that might cause disruptions to the learning selected from pre-existing library, which results in several users choosing the same avatar unless edited. Participating in activities in-world, students sometimes find it hard to concentrate on the learning activities.
In order for virtual worlds in education to be used productively, certain guidelines need to be adhered to. Those guidelines are: the student's ability to use virtual world has to be taken into consideration. It's important for students to get used to the educational objectives. Only send students into virtual worlds with known learning activities. Instructors must start with small activities as an introduction. Educators should make use of interactive quizzes in between content to check whether the students are learning partners to help students by getting deeper explanation when required. Education can be categorized into 7
Conclusively, educational institutions are increasingly adopting visual worlds which uses 3D spaces, and users are represented as avatars. The applications used involve interactive chat environments that allow schools and educators to conduct learning in the space. Advantages such as collaboration between learners, higher order learning, and distant learning are what makes visual worlds desirable. But disadvantages such as technical glitches and internet access needed to use visual worlds needs to be taken into consideration. In order for the usage of visual worlds in education to be effective and efficient, guidelines must be employed. Overall, visual worlds are an effective platform to overcome some of the real-life constraints of teaching.
Created using Powtoon.